Am I the a-hole for refusing to bail my husband out of jail and telling him I want a divorce? This is a throwaway account and all names and ages will be changed. I also will not go into a lot of detail as to why husband was arrested. My husband, 36M, I'll call him Mal, and I, 41F, started dating in 2014 and 2 months after I was pregnant with our daughter. I'll call her Kaylee. On the night we were going to tell his dad about the pregnancy, Mal had said to me, "I would leave you in a heartbeat if my ex wanted me back." This made me so upset that I just ended up walking to work and ignored all his messages for the night. I worked overnights at this time. The next day, he apologized to me and told me he didn't really mean it the way it sounded, and for some stupid reason, I decided to try to make it work out with us. After Kaylee was born, I quickly found out that he was massively short-tempered and was meaner to those that he viewed as weaker, since he really doesn't try to pick much of a fight against people that can stand their own ground against him. We now have 3 children, 2 girls and a boy, and he is still short-tempered with them and at times rougher than he should be. I have continually fought with him about this, as every time I've tried to explain rationally that he needs to calm down, he either breaks down into tears or blames then for his attitude, which unfortunately makes me lose my temper. Yes, I'm very much as short-tempered as him, but I'm more likely to fight with adults than I am to take my temper out on children. The one child that gets the worst of his attitude, though, is our son. I'll call him Jane. Jane has behavior issues quite often and has even been suspended from school repeatedly for them. We have him in therapy and on medicine to try to control the issue, but unfortunately Mal is great at setting Jane off, but horrible at being able to calm him back down, and it leads to a large fight that I have to get in the middle of to try to keep Mal from hurting him. A few months back, Mal had gotten the police called on him for an argument he had with Jane outside of our house, and the neighbors called the police. Everything seemed to go okay cause none of the children had been hurt, and Jane said his dad didn't do anything to him. About a month after that, something had upset Jane when we were out in public again, and he started to kick and hit me. I was dealing with it my own way and got him to stop, but Kaylee started to repeat the fact that I had told Jane he couldn't sit on my lap the rest of the day because he hit me, and it started the problem up again. Once again, I was trying to handle it, but Mal took him to the bathroom to try to straighten him out. When they came back, Jane came to me crying and said his father hurt him. Mal screamed at him that he never touched him, but there were red marks where he had been roughly grabbed. Someone called the police, and Mal was arrested the next day from his work. I went to the jail later to get Mal's personal items because we needed to move the car from his work, and I needed to cancel a few things we had paid for because we had planned to do them in the summer but would no longer be able to do them. While I had Mal's phone, I found out he had been cheating on me, which this had been an issue for a while that I was pretty sure he was cheating on me, but he always screamed at me and said he wasn't doing anything. When he called me from the jail, later begging me to post bail for him, I refused. He tried repeatedly to get me to, but I continued to refuse, and I told him it was his fault for being there. I also told him I now had proof that he cheated on me, and I wanted a divorce. He's since been bailed out by others, but his family have been calling me an AH for not helping him, especially since he had said he was so upset in there that they had him on suicide watch, which he had actually told me before I refused to help him and before I demanded the divorce. I still don't think I was as harsh as they are making me out to be, but I've been known to act harshly when stressed out or upset, so was I the a-hole for refusing to help him out and wanting a divorce?